Boom. Here we are for the championship recap show. I'm here with the Demons. Demons, thanks for making the time to do this recap show.
Good to be there, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, buddy. What a game it was.
Great game. Great game. Down to the wire. Look at those Vipers running through the tunnel. They're ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What a game. The Vipers really strong offensively, winning in all the categories in the award show, taking the defensive rookie of the year and offensive rookie of the year, and the Scorpions being one of the high-powered offenses and a great defense, and some of the best rookies of the year were really coming from both these teams. The Scorpions had the leader in sacks for leading player Jeff Murphy, who was a rookie that led the league in sacks, and their free safety, which was a rookie that led the league in tackles. So both these teams had crazy, really good rookies and really good drafting. Here, 3rd and 9, first quarter, the Scorpions strike first, Demons.
Oh, yeah. Well, and just to build on, before we get into the highlight, to build on what you were saying, too, is they started the season with Anquan Seymour. The Scorpions did, and they made that trade for Gene Ingram, and that seemed like the missing piece. Gene Ingram fit perfectly into this offense. It was seamless. He had an MVP year, and he led them to the championship win, and it was exactly what they needed to get their offense to be a well-oiled machine. Because under Seymour, it was hit or miss sometimes, and now Gene Ingram just made them unstoppable, and that showed in the championship. Heading into this game, we talked last week about Noah Childs and Phil Clemens being the Vipers to watch, and we'll see in these highlights. They both had pretty good games in this one, but the Scorpions to watch were Gene Ingram and Jackie Wilson, and they were on fire as usual. Gene Ingram, fantastic day, ended up with 3 touchdown throws that we'll see all 3 of here. Generally, this was a game of just the Vipers D not able to stop the Scorpions O. The Vipers on O struggled a little too much. They started with the ball and went 3 and out after a Jason Williams sack, oddly enough, on 2nd down. And then right after that, Ingram goes to work, hits his first 2 throws downfield, and this is what he caps the drive off with right here. This beautiful 15-yard touchdown to Sellers, who, after he gets the score over the middle here, we'll take a look. Tight window, nice throw. Does a little dance for the crowd. The home crowd's not liking that one bit, but he's showboating anyway.
Yeah, another great storyline too about Genie Ingram. If we can get into that, if I could say it as fast as possible. Genie Ingram originally was a Rhino, and he was traded to the Wildcats. And when he got traded from the Rhinos to the Wildcats, from season 1 to season 2, in season 2, Genie Ingram went and won the championship game with the Wildcats. And then in season 3, he got traded to the Scorpions here, or in season 4, and then he went to this to take them all the way. They actually lost to the Rhinos in the semifinals last season. Genie Ingram to his old team, and then gets traded to the Scorpions and actually meets the Rhinos again in the semifinals. Genie Ingram beats them in the semifinals and now goes to the championship to win another championship. Genie Ingram. It's a crazy storyline.
He's been on 3 different... Here, get pause it again, Johnny. He's got 3 different teams in a 3-season span. Like, when was he on the Rhinos?
So he was on the Rhinos originally in season 1. He is an original Rhino.
Oh, wow. So he's okay, so 3 teams in 4 years, 2 championships.
That's right.
His journey, it's fun to watch. I mean, is he going to stay? Is he a Scorpion for the rest of his career now, or is he getting moved again at some point? We'll see. But so here we go. It's 10-0 Scorpions. Vipers went 3 and out after that Scorpions touchdown. Scorpions in this game, Johnny, they came out on fire and they came out flying. And by comparison, the Vipers looked slow, sluggish, not prepared. I mean, after the 7-0 start, Tiki Carter started to get some momentum, and they drove down for that field goal. The Vipers didn't really show any signs of life till the second quarter. They ended up with a sack, and but on that drive, that was the field goal drive. Now, this drive right here, the Vipers they got some nice runs to get them going. Corey Moore was really struggling, but he got going on this drive, completed some throws along the way, capping this drive off with a 12-yard throw to the left side to Quincy Drennan, the veteran, still a former Cat. Had a great year with the Vipers. Let's take a look at this play.
Quincy Drennan on the top left corner, getting a very tight, contested catch there, drilled in by the veteran. Big
Takes
catch.
The hit, hangs on. That's the veteran play. That's what you needed. You need your veteran receiver to step up in the championship. Great route. Nice catch. Difficult catch. But here we go. We got ourselves a football game now, because this is after the 2-minute warning in the second quarter, and the Vipers finally got on the scoreboard. Next drive is your play right here. Ingram going right back to work. There's Jackie Wilson making a nice catch in coverage. Carter made some plays on this drive as well. But really, we'll get to the end of this drive here, but this was the Gene Ingram drive. Jackie Wilson makes a nice catch for his quarterback there, but Gene Ingram is the one who made this drive. He was dissecting the Vipers D on this one. And here we go. I'm ready for this one. Wide open on the right side. Beautiful throw. It's Bob All Business Klein with the touchdown. My favorite tight end in the CSFL.
Look at him put the move on Dale Wooden. Big touchdown, aggressive touchdown. Really set the pace for the Scorpions, man. Wow.
The Vipers managed to get a field goal before the half with only 26 seconds to work with. It was a much-needed field goal. But this play right here,
Oof.
now this is wild.
Oh, it was Phil Clemens that forced the fumble and recovered it.
Phil Clemens is the Vipers' best player. Forces a fumble. His quarterback, Corey Moore, struggling all game, throws downfield. Andy Alexander's there for the pick. It's Phil Clemens who forces the fumble. Now you're showing a Phil Clemens run highlight. He's clearly the most talented player on this team. What can't he do?
Wow, and they still weren't able to convert, and the Scorpions get the ball back.
It was big, though. That was a 3-point switch because the Vipers ended up getting a field goal after that fumble off the pick. But then Gene Ingram to Jackie Wilson finally hits the deep ball. The Vipers have been limiting explosive plays up to this point. And this is a 76-yarder where he just outruns the corner on the play. Beautiful throw. Jackie Wilson showing why he's one of the best receivers in this league. Great play. And
wow,
this drive, Vipers look like they're going 3 and out. But this double coverage hits John Anderson on the corner route. They keep possession. It's heading into the fourth quarter. They're still down by 11, though, 24-13. And here we go.
3rd and inches.
3rd and inches. Corey Moore tests double coverage one too many times. He keeps throwing into traffic. This time, Bruce Moore, the free safety, gets the pick. And you got to think the Vipers are running out of time here. They needed points on that drive. Carter and the Scorpions on the next drive killed 2:44 of clock on their way to a field goal. It's now a 14-point game with 2:07 left. The Vipers just got the ball back. Here they go. Their man who does it all. Phil Clemens shifts out to the left. Corey Moore finally hits a throw downfield. Phil Clemens is just all alone. Huge play, 80-yard touchdown, and we got a 1-score game. The Vipers made an interesting decision on the kickoff. Great play by Clemens. You know, he didn't run for a touchdown in this one, but 80-yard touchdown. He had 72 yards on the ground. He forces a fumble, recovers a fumble. This guy was all over the place for the Vipers, and he had a great day. The Vipers, though, kick it deep after the touchdown. They don't go for the onside kick. So they're relying on their defense. They're betting on their defense to beat the Scorpions' high-powered offense, and the Scorpions won that battle, and they ended up running out the clock. Had they tried the onside kick, it's a low percentage play. They probably don't get it anyway, but I don't know, Johnny, what do you think? Should they have tried the onside?
Yeah, well, when you look at it now, you obviously think, yeah, they should have because they didn't convert and they weren't able to stop them. But I can't blame the Vipers for trying to rely on their defense to shut them down. They felt like they were getting a bit of the momentum there at the end, especially after the big touchdown to Phil Clemens, but Phil Clemens couldn't do it all. The receiving core, Johnny Jones and Shane Lott and the quarterback for the Vipers, Corey Moore, were unable to really step up and help Phil Clemens because Phil Clemens needed some help there. And
well, look at Corey Moore's numbers. He's 10 for 15, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Now, one of those picks is taken. Well, there's the celebration going, but those picks for Corey Moore is a fumble that Phil Clemens gets back for his team. So Moore is 188 yards in the day, and he has an 80-yard touchdown to Phil Clemens right here on this play. 80 yards of his 188 yards on the day came on this play. Yeah. That means for 4 other quarters of football, he only threw 108 yards. Wow. And Phil Clemens is almost half his passing production. You can't rely. Your running back can't win the game on his own especially against a team as high powered as the Scorpions. He needed some help. They weren't getting it. Corey Moore didn't get the job done well enough in this one, I think. But let's take a look at some of these Scorpion numbers. Before we get into their final celebration here, the Scorpions were 7 of 10 on 3rd down in this game, Johnny. Wow. And the Vipers were 2 of 6. 3rd down, basically the story here is the Scorpions were keeping the ball. They were moving the football, and the Vipers were not. The Scorpions won time of possession 12:30 to 7:30. That is a costly stat. The Scorpions ran significantly more plays. They wore that Vipers D down. The Vipers needed to keep Phil Clemens. You need to keep feeding them the rock. Keep the time of possession even. They weren't able to do that. They weren't able to establish the run. They weren't able to establish really any offensive rhythm until late in the first half. And that, I think it was almost too late at that point for them. They never really did tie the game up at any point. The Scorpions were in control for the most part. They had a late surge, but it was never really enough. Jeannie Ingram was just too much for that D to handle. He was on fire in this one. He's going to become he's that championship caliber quarterback that you need. He's got 2 rings now, and he's just continued his playoff run. He's my MVP pick for this game. His stats were 12 of 18 for 227 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was clutch in this one. Jackie Wilson, 4 catches for 125 yards and a touchdown, also had a great day. One guy we've only talked a little bit about, Tiki Carter, 132 yards on the day himself. No touchdowns, but 132 yards and 24 carries.
Yeah.
Fantastic day by Tiki Carter, who, when Gene Ingram steals the show and steals the spotlight, you're not talking about Tiki Carter as much, but he is still a premier running back. And he was a big reason they made it to the championship and won the big game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Tiki Carter and the Scorpions were way more balanced. And Jackie Wilson and Jeannie Ingram were definitely way more involved. And also Bob Klein, their tight end, got involved with a big touchdown. It seemed like all of their big guys, their big 3, their tight end, their running back, and their wide receiver all got really involved in the game plan for the Scorpions, where the Vipers really were relying on one guy and their defense. And just Shane Lott, I'm really thought Shane Lott was going to step up, and Quincy Drennan tried to do what he could on that one catch there, contested in the end zone, which ended up being their only offensive passing touchdown, right?
Phil Clemens touchdown late.
Oh yeah, and then the Phil Clemens touchdown late. But yeah, the Scorpions win, and they win in their second season. They go all the way and win in the championship game, beating the Vipers, being the more balanced team and having the veteran quarterback. The Scorpions also had some of the best rookies in the league, one of the best drafts. Now that you look back at it, Tiki Carter and their team was one of the most balanced teams. Absolutely, congratulations to the Scorpions, for sure.
Yeah, definitely congratulations to the Scorpions. Congrats to the Vipers as well on a good season, but there they are. The Scorpions get to lift the trophy at the end of the day. Jackie Wilson and Jeannie Ingram, both great players in this team. Definitely a well-managed team this year, and it's hard to find a weak point on these Scorpions in Season 4. They definitely have a solid team all around, and in the championship game, the weakness on the Vipers unfortunately got exposed a little bit, which in that one game, it was Corey Moore. He had some good games this year, but they didn't ask him to air it out like Gene Ingram airs it out. And that seemed to be what the Scorpions were picking on, was make Corey Moore throw, make Corey Moore beat us. He threw 2 interceptions in the game as a result. And what weakness do you really point at the Scorpions? When you talk, they have strong defense, they have strong offense in all facets. They earned this victory, and it was a great season for them.
Absolutely. Thanks for doing the recap with us. That was awesome.